Hi guys, welcome here. I have Carl with me today, and we're going to talk a little bit about his event coming up in May, the Affiliate Gathering, and we're also just going to talk a little bit about internet marketing, creating blogs, and what we do here on YouTube, because we have a pretty clear idea that you guys out there are the same guys watching Carl's channel, who's watching my channel, right, Carl?
Yeah, probably the same people, yeah.
Yeah, so welcome, and for those who don't know you, just do a super quick introduction. I think there's just a few of them.
Yeah, so my name's Carl Broadbent. I'm an affiliate marketer here in the UK, which to many people is always a surprise because people think there's not many of us here in the UK, but there's a few lurking, behind closed doors.
More than you'd think.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I've been doing it for around 4 years now. Was a supermarket manager, left the corporate rat race to do this. Thankfully, with the support of my old boss, which was very good, it helped me actually lead to get into where I am now. And yeah, a few things happened to me along the way that actually got me to the point I am now. Like I won a competition with Income School that really boosted me into this marketplace. And yeah, been here now, like I said, 4 years and absolutely loving it. Love every minute of it.
Awesome. Yeah. So, how long time was it since you won that thing with Income School? Was that 3 years
So
ago?
around 2.5 years. I keep saying 2 years, but time's creeping on. So it's probably 2.5 years now since I can remember I was in the canteen at work when I won it, and somebody came running over to me and said, "You've won, you've won." And I didn't know what it was, and I thought I'd won a car or something in a competition. And it was like Income School coming to the UK, or you're going to America, I think it was. And I was like, wow. And then I played it back and realised that I'd won the competition. I just commented on a load of videos and then randomly picked me out. So,
Yeah. Awesome. So one of your colleagues was also in the Income School?
Yeah, well, I think they just kind of followed me and what I was doing and YouTube. Sure. So yeah. I think they was interested in it as well. But it's the old thing. People say they're not interested and it's all scam and stuff. But secretly they kind of listen in. My old boss, even though I've left now, my old boss still watches it and he still likes some of the videos and comments and stuff. So I think secretly a lot of people want to do what we're doing, but circumstances may not make them do that. But yeah.
It takes a long time of lurking in the corners because, to be honest, it does sound too good to be true many times. What we are doing here online,
I think until you can either connect with somebody who's doing it for real. Or you start it and you make your first sale.
Yeah,
I think that light bulb moment goes off and goes, actually, this is real.
Yeah,
I never knew kind of what level you could get it to. That was my wife's concern. I was a supermarket manager, earning a good salary, and she was like, "You've climbed the corporate ladder." Because I was, in the place where I worked, I was maybe third or fourth in the management ranking, so I was quite high in the company. So she was like, "You're going to leave that to." Do stuff online.
To earn pennies online?
Yeah. And I think when I showed her the first sale and it was like, yes, I've made 23 cents. She was like, and you're going to leave a job for that?
That's perfect.
So I think unless you kind of know somebody in the industry who's doing really well and you can emulate them or you can learn from them and you can see their results, and it's real because you know them personally. I think then you believe that it's real, and that kind of all the different things fell into place for me quite nicely, really. So
I think that's also where YouTube comes in handy, because YouTube is so much different from just following a blog or a podcast or something. I feel like I get to know people here on YouTube somehow. Somehow you can often see if it's legit, if they are a scam or if they're telling the truth somehow.
I mean, I've always based my YouTube channel on, and I still try and do it. My YouTube channel is not tutorials. It's not how to make money online. It's literally, this is what I'm doing every day. It might, if you want to watch it. If you learn something, great. But basically, it's just what I'm doing online, and I'm just sharing it with people. So my YouTube channel kind of, it can't ever come. I hope it can't ever come across as fake or whatever, because it's just basically what I'm doing. And if you don't want to copy me, then don't.
Exactly. And that's really where YouTube shines. And guys, if you don't follow Carl already, go and do that. Of course, there'll be a link in the description and all that.
Please do. Like I say, it's just, if you want to learn, how to build a website from scratch, you're probably best watching somebody else's channel. But like I say, it's just basically my story. It's a way of documenting the progress, really. And it is good to look back. It's also good for, if I do any case studies and I want to document, let's say I ever sell the website, it's really good to say to the buyer, well, listen, if you want honest numbers and facts and figures, you can watch the entire playlist. It's there. There's no getting away from it. It earns what it earns, and I've documented it every month. So I think that's a really good way of building that trust.
Yeah, definitely. And what are you mainly sharing about on your channel now? So you're building a site and then you have all sorts of different videos, right?
Yeah, I mean, my current project is it's an age domain. It's a premium age domain which I bought. I was actually I bought one and I was also given one. So the one that I'm doing now, the case study, was a domain that I was given. So I approached the company and said, I want to do a case study. I want to use an age domain. I'm sick of being in the Google sandbox for 7 or 8 months. I want to see success quicker. I have a team that I've built, so I have a good in-house team. I can pump out lots of content. But again, it doesn't matter how much content you pump out. If you're in that Google sandbox, it's going to be months and months and months before I see some success. And what I was finding is, to do a case study on that, it gets a little bit dull. I mean, nobody wants to see, okay, here's month 1, 0 traffic, 0 sales. Here's month 2, 10 visitors, 0 sales.
Yeah.
So I just thought, if I'm going to do a case study, I think people want to see some numbers quicker. So I thought, I've not tried an age domain before. I don't know anything about it. I'm going to learn on the way. So, if somebody wants to see a video where it's like, here's exactly how to build a age domain, don't watch my channel, because it's me figuring it out as I go along. But again, I thought it'd be a better case study because we might see some numbers quicker. And I think it would be just a little bit more interesting because there's lots of people doing case studies from scratch. And like I say, only for me, it only gets really interesting when you start seeing some traffic and some numbers, So I just thought it'd be a nice way of doing it. So I'm doing that currently. That's my main project on YouTube. I do throw in the odd video if have any indexing issues or anything like that. I will throw up an odd video to say, whoa, wait a minute, I'm having some problems here, guys, and I will show it. Sometimes it might be a fix. I might say, this is how I've fixed it. But I try not to kind of do the tutorial type ones, so.
Yeah. And regarding all these delayed progress, or it takes a long time before you see what happens, I'm also doing a lot of testing. And many times I'll throw up a new site and then it'll be half a year or a year before I can say what happens. So it's not like you want to tease people about it. In a year, I'll let you know. So I'll just share the results whenever they're there. And then I'm just doing a lot of tests in the background because it doesn't really make sense to tell people about it if they have to wait for a year. So for example, I did this site where I tested to really go all over the map, like topic-wise.
I remember that one. Yeah, I remember that. I think kind of following you on that one.
After 8-10 months, I shared some results and they're pretty bad. And then a year later, so it was just like it was delayed for a year. And now I'm seeing some fantastic growth. Again, it's just really, I'm actually starting to build that site out to become its own site. I put a writer on it now because it's really growing now, but it just took another year. So it's not like a case study you want to share monthly updates on because it takes a long time.
Well, that's it. Yeah. I did one called a mega website where literally the first couple of months, I threw 100 articles on day one. And then after that, I put another 200 or 300 on it. It was going really good. And then I got indexing issues and then literally panicked and stopped. And, so like I say, I thought that case study would produce results quicker and be more interesting to the audience because, I'm trying to entertain the YouTube audience as well. I'm trying to show them something that's either not been done before or something very special. And when it doesn't happen, all I can do is say, okay, this is my journey, and my journey often fails, and this is what's happened. And I think that is equally as good and as entertaining.
Yeah, I think it can be better because it's real, and this just shows that that this is actually what's happening, right? And this is something you can learn from, and we can all learn from because. I mean, if we were to do something similar, it's just really nice to know what happened.
Yeah. And the thing with YouTube as well is you're either trying to cater to your audience what they want, sometimes rather than what you need to do. Yeah. So I've really, last month I produced 17 YouTube videos in 28 days. Wow. That's just crazy, And when you look at the financial return that it got back from YouTube, it was very, very little. Yeah, I built my audience up, which is great, which is what I want to do, because who knows what I'll be doing in next year or year after, I don't know. So it's nice to have an audience there for that. But financially, it was kind of a write-off. I literally, a month produced, if I do 4 videos a month, I get the same amount on YouTube, and I'm open with it's around $500 at the moment. I get around $500 from YouTube a month, and that's for 4 videos. I did 17 videos, and I earned $600.
Yeah, that's
so
nice. So you sort of have that window, that attention span of 2, maybe you can squeeze in 3 videos per week, but then you're really tweaking it, right? So I went back to just doing 1 video per week, and then I'd pour more time and
it's like I want to give the audience what they want, because they're always texting me saying, "Can you do a video on indexing? Can you do a video on keyword research?" And I want to do them because then you got to think my actual core business is building websites, and that's what I've really gone back to this month with Gardenia Organic, my age domain case study. I've really gone back to, do you know what? I'm just going to push YouTube aside for a little bit. I'm going to really build this out quickly so that I can give the audience some good videos, some interesting content. Yeah. And I've really, like I said, I've got the team in place to do that. I've been building, that's been one of my focuses, building kind of an automated business and seeing if I can, how good I can get that, how fine I can get it. Can I step away for a month and it still gets built out? So that's a big focus of mine, and it will be for the next few months. And I wanted to see, if I can actually do that and get some results quicker for people. So I've took a step back from YouTube to really get content out, and it's been refreshing. It feels like it's been ages since I've got a good amount of content out, done the research, done the formatting, done infographics, and I've even gone a step further. I've created a YouTube channel for that website, and I've been buying the products and reviewing them. So the wife just bought a big patio set with a fire pit yesterday, and we've built it yesterday and we recorded it. I'm going to review it. So awesome. It's just something different, and it feels at the minute like I'm back into blogging. Yeah. I was throwing all sorts of random stuff up on YouTube and going all over that direction, but actually not seeing the return from my business. Yeah. So I think this month feels like I'm back in the seat with, I'm publishing content. I managed to get on that website, I managed to get 200 articles out in the first 28 days of launching it, which I think it's pretty good. And if you go to the site, it is a public site. You can go over. It's each article, or a lot of the articles, about probably 70% have all got individual infographics. They've got videos. So it's really, I'm not just throwing rubbish content up there wildly done by AI or anything like that. It is proper research, well written, well formatted, nice infographics. So I think it's done. It feels like it's done right, and it's simple. I'm doing simplistic blogging. There's nothing technical about it. I'm doing it in quantity. Yeah. So I do feel at the minute I'm back in the blogging seat, which I felt like I've lost my way a little bit. So I'm quite glad I'm doing that, to be honest.
That's good to hear. It's very easy to get sidetracked. That's also partly why I wanted to get away from do 2 videos per week. I did that, I think, for the first year, maybe a little longer, just to really establish the channel. And also in the beginning, it was very easy, I think, to come up with stuff to talk about. Now it's still quite easy because there's so much stuff going on. But I just want to put more time into each video, and I want to have plenty of time to play Legos with Max. We play Legos for a couple of hours every day.
Well, that's it. I watched a video. I can't remember it. Oh yeah, I watched a video the other day, and it was a young lad. I can't remember his channel. I wish I could. But basically, he's done a mega website, and he's built it in 8 months, and he's got something like 1,500 articles on there. And he said at the end of it, which was really good, he said, I can now build a big team. I can build out my team. I can do the old John Dykstra and, other people and build that huge team that, can pump thousands of pieces of content on every month. But he said, is that what I want? Because with that becomes a lot of stress. You have to... I feel obliged to give my writers X amount of work each month now because they need income for their families. So I do feel obliged that I am committed to giving them work each month. My editor needs work, my VA needs work, my proofreader needs work. So I do feel a little bit under pressure, and I kind of get what he says. I could build this team even bigger, and we
Yeah.
could do 10 websites and hundreds of articles each week on each one. But with that comes a lot of strain and pressure. And like you said, you want to play Lego with your children.
Yeah.
I like to, my son plays golf now. In fact, you probably won't be able to see it, but I've got a massive bruise on the back of my head where he knocked me out on the golf course.
Oh.
I've still got concussion. I was knocked clean out on the golf course.
Seriously?
Yeah, hit me right on the side of the head with a golf ball at full speed. There's about 100-mile-an-hour golf ball on the side of the head, and
Wow.
I love going out and playing golf with my son and doing other stuff with my other children. And do I want the pressure of having to not be able to take a break for a few days? That's not why I got into blogging. And I love YouTube and I love building a business. But I also want that freedom of, you know what, I don't want to do it for 10 days.
That was a huge concern for me. And that kept me away from YouTube for years, I think, because I mean, when I started doing YouTube, my whole business about this blogging thing was extremely passive. We spent months in Thailand, months in Africa and the States, not touching hardly anything, just checking in weekly, maybe working a few hours per week just because I wanted to check on things. But I could really do that for months at a time. And then if you want to turn on YouTube, you want to produce a video weekly. But I figured out that's actually what I want to do with my time because it was getting pretty lonely. I wanted to get to know people. And now I'm speaking at your event, for example. I'm speaking to you. I've been speaking to so many really cool people. I have people in my Skype chat and whatever that I never dreamt that I would even talk to. So I'm just really, really glad that happened. And also I really enjoy doing YouTube videos, even though it's not passive. But you really got to control the handles on this animal because it can definitely take over. And because it makes so much sense. I mean, why not scale to 300-400 articles per month instead of 100? Because it's also about freedom, right? And I mean, we pick up max at I think 1:30 every day, and it's just great to have hours every day where we can just have fun and because that's just got to figure out your why you're doing all this. What's the big end goal? Because many times when you get there, you don't. Then you just force more work down your own throat and your own boss, and you really need to figure out why you do it. And Maria's really, really good to me.
Yeah, well, it's the same. It's the same working from home. I mean, since COVID, I've literally been working, as you can see here, in my dining room, and I've been looking recently at offices and shared venues and stuff because it does get lonely, and that's part of the reason of doing the affiliate gathering. Part of me arranging that was because of this. You don't connect with people as much as you should. You do lock yourself away. You push your family aside. You don't do the things that you used to do. You don't go to the pub as much. You don't go to the cinema as much because you are trying to get content out and do it as quickly as possible. Yeah,
and if you're getting good at this, then it's because you like doing it. And when you're doing something that you like, it's easy to just get sucked into it, right?
Yeah, you do. And like I say, I mean, I would now... I see the benefit when I was working for the supermarket chain of having colleagues and people around me, and hence the reason, like I say, I've even thought, like I say, getting an office to do this. And people say, well, it's crazy. It's just another expense. You can, you're running a team and you're doing really successful from sat here at my computer. Why would you want the expense of an office?
Yeah.
But there's people around you. There's other offices. There's other people. So. That is a nice thing to have, that community or social, socializing with other people. Because I could today, I've been up since 7 a.m. I could sit here now. The wife don't get on till about 7 p.m. I could sit here now from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. not see anybody, talk to anybody, and just work. But it's not good for you. That's not good. You do need to get out and spend time with the family. So I do think it's an important part. Like I say, the affiliate gathering kind of spawned from that. It was that's where it came from, because it was a conversation that I had with somebody who said, "Do you want to meet up for a coffee?" We met up and we talked for hours. And his wife, who's a conference event manager, she's run lots of big conferences. She was like, "Whenever you two get together, you just talk shop for hours." And she was like, I bet other people would like to do the same thing. And I was like, yeah, they do, but it's a very secretive kind of industry we have. A lot of people like to keep themselves to themselves and, they're worried that my website might get copied, or they're worried, they're going to get ripped off or some things. But it's not actually like that. People like me and you can talk for hours, and we don't have to give away our websites. We don't have to give away our secrets. But we can share knowledge and inspiration and helpful advice without saying, okay, this is my website URL. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But just having that trust in somebody where you can go, well, thanks for that. Yeah, I was worried that mine wasn't indexing, but now yours isn't indexing as well. Okay, so, I don't have to delete my website. Okay, I'll give it time. And you get that little snippet of information that really helps you out. So that's where this became, because then the event manager said, if you two get on so well, then other people would want to talk, and maybe we could get a few people together. And then it grew and grew and grew, and kind of got out of control. And now it's a massive event that's happening.
Yeah, it's really turning into something. Could you just recap who's speaking there? Because I saw you had John Dykstra, you have Ricky from Income School, you have Alex, VP Equal, you have so many cool people coming.
Yeah, so we've got people like Ben Adler, who's the owner of Keyword Chef and a very experienced affiliate marketer.
Great guy.
Amelia Gardner, we've got Leon Angus, we've got Sean Mars, we've got your good self, Ricky from Income School, Alex, Leon, John Dykstra. Yeah, I think there's about 12 of us. I'm not sure off the top of my head. There's about 12 of us. But we're also going to do some Q&A. So we're going to have a Q&A panelist as well. So some of the guest speakers might also sit on that panel. But I'm also trying to get a few other people as well that are in different industries. So they're in the affiliate marketing space, but maybe not building websites. I'm trying to get a few other people sat on that Q&A panel as well. So there's something for everybody. And the panel has been selectively chosen. Number one, because most of you are my friends. But secondly, you've all got something different to offer. So, you have experience in a certain sector where Amelia might not have. She'll have an experience in something else. Sean Mars is such, he's experiencing the black hat world and the grey hat and white hat. He's amazing, and, I haven't got that experience, and I don't think you've dived into that side of it like he has. And then you've got people like John Dykstra, who's earning $100,000 a month. Yeah. Ricky, who's Income School's probably the number one industry leader in our space. I think everybody will openly admit they kind of led the way right from the start with the whole YouTube and courses and communities. So there is, a great panelists and speakers coming. It's fantastic. Like I said, a lot of it was me just being a bit kind of greedy and just wanting to speak to people I love to hear from or want to meet. And that's how it kind of started. And that's how I was building it up. I was like, okay, who do I really want to talk to? Who would I want to spend half an hour in a room with? And then that's where the list started to come from.
That's awesome. Because I think people feel the same way. And it's so cool. I mean, the whole blogging world seems like it's just coming to York in May. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
With people from Dubai, India, Canada, Australia, America. I can't believe some people are flying in from Dubai. It's just like, a gentleman texted me the other day and he said, I booked my tickets. It was $2,000. And he's like flying in for it.
That's amazing.
But it is. I think the reason they're flying in and people are coming to it is because it's going to be different from other conferences. So let me get that clear. The reason it's called Affiliate Gathering is because, like I say, it was just going to be a gathering of friends. I was just going to get 20 people who I would love to meet in a room, and we're just kind of chat and a few beers. And it kind of grew from that because people was like, well, I'd like to meet him. I won't get a chance to do that. So, okay. So I thought, how can I make this bigger and open it up to more people? And then, like I say, I met the conference expert and the management team, and they said, okay, well, kind of the contacts, who people would like to hear from. We'll do the event organisation, and it is professionally done. If you think this is me trying to organise this from my dining room, you're wrong. This is there's a big qualified team behind this who's doing everything. It's the ticket management system is worldwide known. I don't have any access to the tickets whatsoever. I don't see the money. It's all held securely. It's just the same as if you went to a concert, a music concert, or anything like that. In fact, this ticket system I think they do Glastonbury. So it's it's a professional setup. So it's
Yeah.
not just me here in a room
Yeah.
ringing people saying, "Morton, will you just come over and speak for half an hour?" It is being done. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
going
and
to be
from a
fun.
visitor's perspective, that's also really cool because it's not that far away with COVID and stuff. So in case something happened around that, we talked about this, and there's always a possibility to turn this into an online event, like 100%.
Yeah.
And you can talk more about that because it's already a part online event. But
Yeah.
also, I mean, if people booked a ticket to show physically, and then of course the money will not be drawn from their credit card or whatever.
No. So
Unless,
how it's going to work is there's both in-person tickets, which I do suggest if you can come. I know it's a big deal to travel quite a distance. We have tried to keep the ticket prices as low as possible so that people can spend more on travel expenses. And it's not an SEO conference. It's not going to be a really deep, dark SEO. You will learn stuff. But you will meet people. You will get some inspiration. You will make some contacts. And it is going to be a really relaxed, friendly gathering. It's not going to be these deep, dark SEO kind of conferences, which, I've looked and done the comparisons. Some of the prices for those conferences are like $800-900 a ticket. Yeah. It's crazy. So we've tried to keep the price of tickets low enough so people can spend more on travel. So if you do come in person, I would suggest it. If you can't, then we have arranged a professional film crew is coming in at a huge expense. There'll be several cameras set up across the whole venue, and they will film and live stream the event. So if you can't attend in person, you can buy an online streaming ticket, and you will get to see everything. So you'll get to see people walking through the door, people in the foyer. You will obviously get to see the
that's cool.
actual speakers.
So you're not just sitting and waiting for somebody to get on stage.
No, you will see when there's a break, the camera will stroll round and there'll be interviews. We'll get to chat to people.
That's really cool.
Where you come from, why have you come? What have you got out of the thing? So we'll do that, and then also the Q&A panel as well. We'll video that. And with lots of other things going on, a lot of things I can't tell you just yet, but there are other special things that's happening on the day, and you would probably only see that either in person or if you had a live stream ticket. And then at the end of the live stream, anybody who's bought a ticket, a few days later, we're going to have it professionally edited, so you will get an actual downloadable copy. Whether you attended in person or an online ticket, you'll get a downloadable copy. So
okay, perfect.
It could be an hour long. I don't know how long it'll be, but you'll get a full. So if you didn't catch all of the stream, because I understand we're starting at 10 a.m. here in the UK, so I understand that around the world the time differences. You wouldn't miss that bit. You can get the downloadable copy will be sent to you after the event.
And will there be two speakers at the same time, or will it be like one chronological?
I think it'll be one individual one, so it could be quite a long video so that you can get to see the entire speech. I don't want to miss anything out, so the speakers are speaking for around 20 minutes each. So I want it to be as in-depth as possible. So literally as if you'll probably see more on an online ticket because you'll get to see us interviewing and talking to people where if you're there in person, you might be off at the bar somewhere. You won't get to see that. So actually an online ticket, you're probably going to see a lot more. And then the way it's going to work with the ticket, so if there is any outbreak of COVID that's ramped up or anything like that, then if you have bought an in-person ticket, then it will be automatically dropped down to the online ticket price, and you would receive a refund for that amount. So if you pay the £100 for a ticket and it can't be done live, we will still do it online, and you would only pay the online ticket price. If everything went pear-shaped and the whole event had to be cancelled, let's say the whole venue was shut down, something like that, then all the money is refunded automatically by the ticket company. Like I say, it's not me. I don't get to see any of that money until after the event. It would just automatically be refunded. If we press a button that says it's cancelled, you all get your money back. So it's totally safe. That we understand the restrictions. At the minute here in York, everything is open. All the restrictions are lifted. You can have mass crowds. You don't even have to wear a face mask. And the numbers of COVID in York and around this area are very, very low. So we are hoping that's going to continue. But we do understand we have to move with the times. It was a concern. Obviously, I was like, do we do one at this time? And I was like, well, COVID could be around for 5 years.
Yeah,
Who knows?
We have to continue at some point. And,
Yeah, we've
and
got
it's
to
the
get
same
back.
here. I'm just 1 hour away. Denmark's just 1 hour away from London and York
Yeah.
by flight. And everything is lifted here as well. And it's been for a long time because the main majority, the vast majority is already have gotten the vaccine. So we shouldn't see any more lockdowns. Hopefully.
Yeah, well, we are. I mean, the UK is one of the most vaccinated countries.
Yeah.
I think I don't know percentage, but it's high, like 80 odd percent is double vaccinated. So when we are getting cases here, there's no illness from it as much.
Yeah.
It's more of a case of you've got it. You might get a little bit of a flu symptom, but it's kind of over. So I think it is definitely easing down. And we was going to do it, like say, we was going to put off and do it in a few years' time. I just thought, you know what? If we don't just go ahead and do it, we'll probably never do it. And there isn't anything like it. There's many conferences here in the UK that's around business and marketing and sales.
Yeah, or very technical SEO or
and
Google Ads or
like I said, they
Facebook,
tend
whatever.
to be quite pushy and salesy and I just wanted basically get like 500 people together that all love to do the same thing. And you can chat and have a beer and walk around, you know. So
it's kind of a new format. I mean, also with the online tickets, people get to see what's actually going on. Yeah, I think it's really, really cool. I really love what you're doing, and I can't wait to be a part of it. And if somebody listening to this, watching this, haven't bought the ticket yet, you can find a link in the description. That's my affiliate link. If you want to use that, then thank you. And of course, you can. There'll also be a link to your channel and to the Gathering site, and I'll put as many links as possible down there.
Yeah, please go over to the website, have a look. All the speakers are on there. Like I say, I've just left some spaces for the Q&A panelists because, like I say, I want to try and grab a few, different people on there over the next few months, and I will announce it as and when we do it. On the website, there is a newsletter. If you sign up to the newsletter, we are dripping bits of information out, like where to eat, where to stay, travel, airports, things like that. So the venue, by the way, is it's amazing. It's absolutely stunning. It's called the Principal Hotel. It's connected to the railway station in York, which is a very historic place in itself. People
it's beautiful.
travel.
I've seen it.
It's amazing, yeah. And the actual venue is beautiful. So you can, wander around the hotel. They have some great restaurants and there's plenty of food venues nearby. If you are coming to travel, if you are traveling and you want to stay, I would suggest I like the Travel Lodges, the Premier Inns, because, unless you can afford the Principal Hotel, but trust me, it is expensive. It's 5-star, I think it is. And it's 500 or 600.
I know there will also be some what you call fringe event around the day. I mean, the night before, I'm hosting a little social thing for my community, for my members, and I know some of the other speakers will also be there and hang out and get a beer. And that's also something that I like around other SEO events that I know, where people will just be meeting around town, doing little small underground things. Meeting together.
Well, that's it. I mean, the majority of the speakers that we have invited have got an audience. There's very little that actually quietly blogs on their own and don't tell anybody. Most of them have got an audience. So, it's a great chance for them to say, do you know what, while we're in York, let's get a restaurant and I want to invite 30 of my members.
Yeah, exactly.
And do a private little meetup.
Do a mastermind, do just a casual meeting, whatever.
Yeah, it's not something we are organising. The Affiliate Gathering Expo is facilitating you. We're helping you arrange them, but they're not organised by us. We won't be there. It'll be your private little meeting. So it's entirely up to you for you guys to do that.
I think the town and the bars will just be boiling with little cool underground things, and wherever you walk, you'll hear somebody whispering about blogging and whatever. You just lend it a ear.
If you signed up to the newsletter, we are going to try and do some small meetups before the event. So we are going to travel, because the whole idea about Affiliate Gathering for me was kind of a networking platform where if somebody says, I'd love to run a meetup in London, we would help you facilitate in doing that. So that's the kind of the business model around it. The expo is one part of that business, but the other part of the business is going to be, like say, a friend of mine in Dubai, he said, I'd love to arrange one here. I said, well, that's where our team would come into place. We would help you arrange it and do it. We would even advertise it. We would market it for you. We would have all the email lists and the contacts for you. So a part of, the business plan for this Affiliate Gathering, it will be to facilitate other meetings. So
cool, really cool.
Yeah, so that's what I want. I want to try and get it like a franchise kind of thing where we can, wherever you are around the world, we can either help you arrange a meeting or there will be a meeting there. And who knows? 2023, 2024, the Affiliate Gathering Expo might be somewhere else in the world. It might be in America, it might be in Dubai, it might be in Australia. So it won't necessarily be in York every year. So if you are UK and Europe based, this is probably the time to jump in because it might not be at this event next year. It might be somewhere totally different.
Well, you're always welcome in Aarhus.
Exactly, yeah. But I think if we can put the process in place for, if you said, I would love to do one where I live, then we go, okay, well, we have a step-by-step roadmap for getting you to plan an event. You don't have to worry. It's all been done for you. You literally need to be the face of it and you can go off and do it. So
that's perfect, Carl.
Yeah. And like I say, you can get all the information for doing that. Just sign up to the newsletter. There is a dedicated page that says if you are interested in setting up your own affiliate gathering, give us a ring or contact us and we'll help you do that.
Well, is there anything else we should mention around the gathering or anything else you have on your heart?
Just want to say, on the day, there will be lots of exhibitors there as well. So we have a main sponsor. I have a big announcement next week, which I'll be doing on my own channel and on the Affiliate Gathering website. We've just signed the main sponsor for the whole event. But there are some great people there, local companies as well that you might know. People like niche website builders have got a store, an exhibit, a stand, Keyword Chef, and some others that I can't announce just yet because the contracts have not been signed. But there are plenty of other companies that you will be able to talk to. Hosting, so spiderweb.co.uk, a hosting company, they're going to be there. So if you have any questions about hosting or domains or anything like that, there will be people you can talk to. So if there's certain speakers you don't want to speak or you're bored or sat down, you can wander around and speak to the exhibitors and go chat to them. So, if you don't want to actually sit and watch every event, there will be other things to do in the meantime. So you don't have to sit there for 2 or 3 hours solid. You can wander around, you can still get some information, you can get some help on your website. And like I say, lots of things coming. So I do suggest you get your tickets and get onto the newsletter because that is the first place you will be informed through the newsletter.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, Carl. Thank you first for doing this affiliate gathering. It'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait to be there. And thank you for jumping on a call here. And
thank you very much for agreeing to come, Anna. You are definitely one of the ones I wanted to get on there.
Thank you.
I definitely will be picking your brains. Don't worry, you're not getting away lightly. I will be a little bit selfish, and I will be which is what I suggest everybody does. If you are attending, don't do the whole British shy thing and not step out and talk to people. Walk up to people, shake their hand, and talk to them. Introduce themselves, because when are you going to get a chance to talk to people who've got portfolios that make $100,000 a month? When are you going to get a chance to talk to people who have one of the biggest affiliate communities in the world, like Income School has? You are not going to get this chance very often, and they're not usually all in one place. So it is a great chance to, step out of your comfort zone a little bit and just walk up to them and, and say hi. Even if you haven't got a website or you're thinking of starting one or you've got one that makes $2 a week or whatever it is.
Yeah, I had a few people also asking in my community if they couldn't join the night before, if they'll get a chance to chat with me and the other guys. And definitely, it's not like I'm in and then I'm out as soon as I've talked. I'm going to be there the whole time. And like you said, really everybody should just poke people in the back, and if you recognize somebody, break the ice and just ask them something. I love what Pat Flynn is doing when he's at conventions and stuff. He has this T-shirt, or I think it's a backpack or something. Hi, I'm Pat. Come talk to me. I'm probably going to do a T-shirt like that. Hi, I'm Morten. Just come talk to me. That's why I'm here, right? I'm not there to talk on stage. I'm there to meet people and network. That's why I went into YouTube. Otherwise, I'll just be doing passive income sites. That's way more profitable than doing YouTube and doing courses.
Absolutely. We're always too afraid to ask for something. A lesson I learned very recently. I was on a call with a high-level SEO guy he was the chief developer for Google. He literally is world class. He's won 7 years on the trot the black hat SEO competitions that they run. And I had a conversation with him, and it was lovely. I was on conversation for about an hour, and he says, "Yeah, you haven't asked me yet." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, you British people just don't ask for things. I was like, what? He says, you're on a call with me. You know what I can kind of do for you. You know, he says, you haven't asked me for anything. Ask. And I was like, could I have a backlink from, you know, like DA95 site he's got? I was like, could I get a backlink? And he's like, there you go. Why don't you British people ask and reach and talk, you know? And he was right. I was like, you know, the amount of contacts and stuff we could talk to, the amount of brains we can pick, and we just don't ask. We just don't do it, and we should.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with saying, Morton, I'm really struggling with one of my websites. Will you take a look, please? You know, and that's why I did Sean Marzi's a great example. You know, with one of my websites, I said to him, Sean, I'm struggling with this one. Please have a look. And he spotted something I didn't spot. You know, and you've got to put yourself out there, and that's why I wanted to get all these people in a room.
Yeah.
So if you have these burning questions which you can't ask on a live stream, whatever, now's your chance. You'll get
people
to
should
meet
bring
them.
their laptop and just be ready to pop it up and talk about it, talk shop and see what's going on, what's holding this site back or whatever. How could I create an info product for X, Y, Z, whatnot. I think everybody will come home with a few good ideas and a ton of new contacts.
Well, I hope so. I mean, somebody commented on YouTube and said, you know, hope I'm going to learn something. And I was like, well, you may learn. You may learn something. You may just get some inspiration. Yeah. You may just get some helpful contacts. There'll be people there that just want to come for the contacts. There'll be people there that want to come for inspiration and some guidance. And you'll get some people there that want to learn a practice that they can put into place. Yeah. So, you know, there's lots for everybody, and hence the reason it's a gathering rather than an SEO conference, you know. So it's a gathering of people that are in the same boat as we are. And like I say, don't be shy to step out of your comfort zone and reach out to them. Go walk up to them. You know, if you see me, I'll probably running around like a headless chicken on the day. But you know, just grab a minute with me. Grab a minute with you. Just use that time, because it's 10 a.m. till I think 5 p.m. But it's going to fly by. That time will fly by. So don't sit and wait till last minute before you walk up to Ricky from Income School and shake his hand and ask him how he's doing. Yeah. You know, that's. You know, take that opportunity. So I think this is one, like I say, it is a very rare opportunity to do that.
Yeah,
so.
and to have so many people doing what we do in the same spot, that's unique.
Basically, people who know what we're going through. You know, if it's a problem you're having with your website, they've probably gone through it themselves. Yeah. So even if it's just that reassurance of, you know, you are on the right track. You know, and if it's some actual hands-on, practical advice or demonstrations you need, like I say, there's more announcements to come. With things in place. For that, so,
really excited to see what you break soon. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the site. And thank you so much for chatting. And we'll also be chatting on your channel at some point. So
I'd love to have you over there, because there's a lot of people asking me, you know, why have I chosen the panelists that I have and the speakers that I have, and there is a reason. Everybody's got something to offer. Everybody's got something different. And I think we've got although we're in the same niche and industry, I think we all have got very diverse either practices or methodology or insights. So I think everybody's got something really interesting to offer. So I think it's I think there's something for everybody, definitely.
Cool. Well, I think that's all for now, guys. And subscribe to Carl's channel if you haven't done so already. And see you soon. I'll also be doing a review of Carl's WordPress theme Popcorn soon. So also stay tuned for that, and subscribe, and leave a comment below. What should we ask them to comment about below?
Maybe who are the most excited to meet, or if you could have a 5-minute conversation with anybody, who would it be?
Yeah, that's a good one. Leave that in the comments, and see you guys. Have a good one, Carl. See you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.